Hello everyone and thank you for stopping by. My name is Pete, Craigslist Hunter, and I used to make these type of videos quite often. Meaning every month I would pick like the best items that sold on eBay, put them out here, say how much I paid, how much they sold for, little history about them. Now this one is a little bit different because it was very surprising to me, the 10 items that I'm going to show you, how quickly they actually sold. That's why I named this video who knew that these 10 items will sell so quickly on eBay. Random items that we pick throughout the shop. As you guys know, in my shop people bring me items. I pick and choose what I want to keep in a shop to sell to the public, and then some of the stuff we pick and put in an eBay room and we sell on eBay. Well, last 2-3 months we were not able to do this. No new merchandise are coming in, so I'm randomly picking up stuff in the shop and I'm giving to Nick or Vicky to list on eBay. And these are some of the items that really surprise us how quickly they sold. So let's get into this. So this first item is a super big surprise because what happened is, you see these two DeWalt tool bags. They're used, very good condition overall. We had actually 10 different tools in them, and I said, let's split this up. Let's sell each individual tool, each battery separately, and even the bags will go separately. Vicky listed them for $24.95 with $10 shipping. Boom, overnight they sold. So super surprising that even bags will bring some good money. So keep an eye on those for sure when you are garage sailing. This next item, super surprise for me. This was a full sheet of 50 stamps of Philippine Islands from 1935. I got this book of stamps of this guy a while ago, and there were a couple full sheets inside that we separated. The book sold a while ago, and I told Vicky, why don't you list this? She did for $49.95 with a free shipping. I mean, super easy to ship. This is 2 ounces, literally, with the envelope. Took a best offer on this of $40. Somebody offered $40. I'm like, heck yeah, I'm taking $40 for this sheet. Sold instantly. So you never know when it comes to stamps. It's a tricky item. There's lots of stuff out there on the market, but people are really collecting these stamps. So this was awesome flip. And I know some of you guys might say, well, Pete, you have a big following. You always show these items. Maybe that's why they're selling for you so quickly. Not in this case. None of these items that I'm showing you guys were ever shown on any of my videos. Yes, I agree that sometimes when I show off certain items, they tend to sell very quickly because I put a lot more, eyeballs on the item, and then I list it and it sells and usually, brings pretty good profit as well. But none of these that I'm showing you guys were ever shown on any video, so that's why it's so surprising that they sold so quick. This next item was a surprise that sold so quick because I sold them over the years many times, and they usually kind of sit. This one we listed and it sold instantly. This is a Cobra Walkie walkie-talkie radio. I don't know if it is because of the pandemic that people wanted to communicate with each other, or they doing hiking. It's just hard to predict sometimes, but this was an instant sale, $34.95. We did have a free shipping on it because there's actually a lot of them listed. So that's why I'm saying it was very surprising that this particular item sold so quick. All right, guys, this next item, this is actually a smaller prep processor. And I almost want to call it a vintage. This is an older unit. Yes, it's new, still original box, so maybe that's why it sold so quickly. Sold for $42.95. Again, we had free shipping on this because there were quite a few of them listed. So it was very surprising that this flipped so quickly. But keep an eye on stuff like this. Cuisinart, good brand. Yeah, it kind of boggles me that it sold, for that kind of money. We probably got like $5 or $10 in it at the most. So good flip right there. This next item right here, it's from Franklin Mint. Franklin Mint stuff tend to sell pretty good, but this being like a time capsule, I was very skeptical. I gave it to Vicky. Go ahead, list this unusual item. Boom, just like that. This is Historical Society, an Hourglass from 1992. So you flip it over, By the time all the grains go down, 1 hour goes by. Unique item. It wasn't big, but it was a very, like a unique piece. So sold for very, very good money. $129 with $20 shipping. Incredible. I think we got like 20 bucks in this. So fantastic flip, and really blew my mind how quickly something like that sold. Probably because one of a kind. You know, when Franklin Mint puts out stuff, you got to keep that in mind, that it's a lot of times it's very limited. Not many of them are out there. So I bet you that was the case in this particular item. Super unique item here. 1980 LA Olympic Committee Atari 2600 Olympic pin. Still sealed in original baggie, so it's brand new, nobody ever worn it, and I got a feeling that it sold so quick because maybe we underpriced it. There were a few of them out there, that's why even we put free shipping, although this is so light, so you know, the money was no issue here when it comes to shipping. But I think since this was brand new, and even that there was more out there but they were used, this one sold so quickly. We only got $13.95 for it. Probably a mistake. I think we could probably got more money here, probably 20, 25 bucks, since this was a brand new item. So this was a surprise. And there's a lot of correctors for vintage, you know, vintage gaming stuff, especially Atari. So this was a nice flip. Surprise there. So this next item, I really have no explanation why it sold quickly. There was few of them available for sale. Most of the time I don't get these electronic digital display wheelies. This is a wheel that you walk to measure stuff, you know, if you got a long distance, instead of using a regular tape measure because you got 40, 50, 100 feet. You walk with this calculates, shows on a digital screen the measurements. Most of the time I get these that have just the rolls rolling in them, you know, like a meter. 50 bucks, $24.95 shipping. Sometimes it's just surprise, you know. There was many of them out there available, so and the shipping wasn't cheap on this too, $24.95, because it's kind of long piece. It's very light, but it's just kind of long and bulky, so this was a surprise. This is a set of 3 different cans, vintage, but not super old. When I say vintage, these are probably 70s, maybe even early 80s. So they're not like super desirable, but they still sold for $39.95 with $10 shipping. We got STP here, we got Quicker State, and we got Cox. I think that Cox can probably early 80s. So not super old, brought good money. People are, you know, collecting more and more stuff like this, and it's harder to find. So I'm very happy with this. We probably got like a couple bucks in each. $39.95, love it. This next item, super vintage, super cool looking 1970s leather jacket, brown. It was in mint condition for being, you know, 50 years old. This thing was in perfect. The lining inside was perfect. Everything about this jacket was perfect. And I think maybe it sold so quickly, even though that it's already May, because maybe we underpriced it a little bit. $69.95, so 70 bucks, $20 shipping. Quick sale. Surprise, but hey, if it's something cool, people will still buy it. So we probably could have got closer to 100 bucks on this, but I'm happy. Probably had peanuts in it, not more than like 10 bucks. Very cool item. So these vintage planers, I sell quite a bit, and especially in a shop. I always have few available, but since there was no traffic coming to the shop, I picked up few off the shelf and I said, Vicky, list those, and she did, and they all sold. This one in particular, made in USA, $49.95, $12 shipping. I think because of the, you know, pandemic and everybody's staying home, a lot of people staying home, a lot of guys are doing woodworking and stuff. That's why all these woodworking tools sold so quickly. But Stanley overall sells very good, so I'm very happy. We got 50 bucks plus $12 shipping out of this. Very cool list of things that we sold here relatively quickly. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the 10 items that I showed you. You just never know, right? You gotta list this stuff, because if it's sitting in a pile collecting dust and you're thinking, oh, this is not a hot item, you just never know. So you gotta list all your stuff. Just by looking at these items here, half of them I wasn't thinking that they're gonna sell instantly, and they did. So list. eBay is always very unpredictable. You never know what people want there. You never know what they're willing to pay for certain things. Market constantly changes, so you gotta experiment and just move your merchandise. That's what I do. And I never think about like, I could have got 20, 30 bucks more. I just go with the flow. I list things. You know, on some of them, you're going to make out like a bandit. On some of them, a little bit cheaper. It's all good, long as you're moving that inventory. But you got to list. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Drop me a comment if you enjoyed the video and you were surprised by any of these items. I would like to hear it from you. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Cheers.